What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing tonight? This is the only Mazhar, and we have no time to waste because both teams are ready to go. Just before both teams go for kickoff, just as a heads up, I was not planning to have this stream. My time was taken away, but then I just got freed up, and it's only fair that since I'm free, both these teams are able to showcase themselves and are able to play on a stream. So we're gonna give them the chance to go, and we are gonna be setting up very soon. We're gonna get started very soon, folks. Again, apologies for the build-up. But we're just about ready to go. Yeah, this is not going to look as clean or slick, but you guys are still able to watch some gameplay. That's what matters. And both teams are going in, folks. We have no substitutions on either end. As the clock ticks down to Game 1 kicking off. Here we go between Black Army and Steel Army. Good start from Steel Army so far. Red 4 to Bear Blitz. Bear Blitz looking for a double off the crossbar, but he's not able to make it. Devin trying to clean up. But a good defensive effort right there for Black Army, and they're able to take the ball to the other end. Vexman with a good opportunity, but he's not able to get it on target. Sorry, that was not Vexman. That was probably Martez. Yeah, good opportunity, but he was not able to get that on target. And now Kilasapo, a.k.a. Isidore. If you guys are wondering who this guy is, no, he's not a new player. He is just Isidore. Almost got the first goal, but unable to get that on target himself. And both teams have been going back and forth. Have had some good opportunities, but neither side has been able to get a good shot on target. We already have people streaming in. Welcome aboard, Shilashi, showing his support for Black Army, his fellow Los Angeles FC supporters. We have Shorts from the Rebellion, Luis as well, coming inside the stream. Pause. So far, this match has turned into a midfield battle as Vexaman brings the ball up. Redford playing this nice and patiently. Gets the 100 boost, gets the challenge, ball's in the midfield. Now Debit is going to create a chance for Red 4, who tries to get a shot on target, but to no avail. Luis in chat saying, the Riverhounds, more like the Meathounds. Am I right, chat? Well, depends on who you ask. Apologies for that pause right there, just dealing with some administrative matters. Martis 13 almost had a shot on target, but just couldn't get it on. Vexman, let's see what he can do right here. Vexamed, probably Black Army's best player this season so far. Has really shown himself out in a bunch of different games. Recently against the Rebellion, though, he struggled. We'll see if he can bounce back against Steel Army. It's probably the best opponent for him as well, because Steel Army has not been doing well this season. And they have been kind of struggling. But even they have been able to bounce back against Los Verdes, getting a sweep against them last week. So for both sides, this is a chance for them to regain some momentum or build on that. And right now, great pass from Bear Blitz to Debit. 1-0 to Steel Army. Speaking of regaining and building up momentum, what a beautiful play right there. That is how you get good goals in Rocket League, folks. Pass to your teammate. Not every hit needs to go towards the backboard. That was perfectly set up by Bear Blitz and a proper, powerful shot by Debit to take the lead for Steel Army. Right now, Black Army are kind of on the back foot. Although this 50 from Kilasapo, a.k.a. Isidore, can help them set up, but no one is there from Black Army. They have both Martez and Vexamed sitting back, and now Martez follows up, but he cannot get to the ball on time. The rotations are not looking too bad right now, but they just need someone to engage in the midfield quickly, like that. Vexamed getting it to the other side, trying to go for a nice solo play, cannot get much control, gets a second touch, not on target though, and now needs to go back with no boost. Isidore going for a shot, cannot get it on target. Good defending once again from Steel Army. Marquez lofting it towards the goal. Devin clears it out to the side. Devin beats one guy, Cannot beat Martez, though. Red 4 coming up for a follow-up. Misses. Works, though, because Kilasapo, a.k.a. Isidore, is not able to get to that. Martez now clears it to the other side. This ball is loose. Bearblitz, though, is sitting back and ready to go. That unfortunate spawn causes a lot of chaos on Steel Army's end. And now Vexman can get this on target. That'll be good. But unfortunately, he cannot penetrate that Steel Army wall. Uh-oh, Vexman looks to be in a bit of a pickle. Isidore, though, is back there to help out. Isidore taking his time with 80 boost. He beats one, but Bearblitz is there ready to go. Bearblitz trying to follow up, misses. Vexman tried to respect Bearblitz's hit, but misses as well. And now Red 4 going for a shot on goal. Just off target, and Isidore pitches it off the crossbar. But they're all pinned back. Black Army needs some help. They need a lucky break. This might be it. Bearblitz dribbling it back, inviting Black Army forward. Martez wins that off the air. Towards the net. Oh, but someone from Steel Army was there to clear it out. I couldn't see exactly who, but again, a really good defensive effort. As the clock ticks down, still 1-0 to Steel Army, but Black Army have the time for an equalizer. Isidore coming up, Devitt with a clutch clearance. Devitt, though, brings it up the wall. You need to put this down on the ground, Devitt, because now Martez 13 can keep this up, and they can keep it going. Still time. Martez, can he get that lucky bounce? No, he cannot. Steel Army gets game one. Woo-wee. All right, time to catch your breath. And personally, folks, I need to catch a breath. So, I got a couple of commentators to help fill in, and I'm going to bring them in right about now. So, folks, welcome on in, Luis and Shorts. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Yo, what's going on, Maz?
Ready.
Look, I apologize for not setting this up beforehand. This literally came out of the blue, and, you know, I need to help y'all out. I need to just get y'all set up. So, how about you guys take over whilst I take care of stuff behind the scenes?
Yeah, man, just I'm on. Just invite me. But yeah, what a game one. Me and Shorts were watching it on the stream. Pretty surprising game one, right? I mean, that's kind of didn't really expect Steel Army to have a chance in this series, but yeah, they were balling, man. They were balling.
Yeah, with the strength of the games that Black Army has played so far, you would expect them to kind of take care of business today, but Steel Army really put it to them. It was a close game, but Steel Army just had the clutch gene to keep it 1-0 that whole second half of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I also want to shout out everybody in chat. I know Maz already mentioned it. You know, Shorts, Shiloh, my teammate Pones, welcome. And yeah, we're just about ready to get going here.
Yeah, I'm getting into the game right now. Once you see me online, Lewis, if you could shoot me an invite.
Yo, you got someone invite me?
Real quick. Big shout out to Devitt for the end of that game, kind of carrying the torch at the end to take them to victory, solo playing it out of their own end and bringing it to the Black Army end to close out the game, keep it safe.
Yeah, Devitt obviously on Steel Army is one of those players that's like kind of known for being their best player, but like Bearblitz, man, he's like cooking. He's been tremendous so far this season. He's playing great so far in this series for sure.
Yeah, and the passing play that they had to score the goal from Bearblitz to Devitt, the killer combo. We'll expect to see more of that if they want to have success in further games.
Absolutely. I am just now joining the lobby. I will get you an invitation. It's still 0-0. Both teams kind of figuring each other out here. We'll be getting Shorts into this lobby just shortly, and we will have a professional commentary in no time, folks. I appreciate the patience.
Professional may be a little bit of an overstatement, but we are here, that's for sure.
We are here indeed. Pipe Gun Shogun as well. Welcome, man.
As a teammate, I feel like I have to correct that. It's Pipe Shot Gogan.
And so far, I think if you go ahead and just join the game lobby, Shorts, whenever you're ready, you should be good to go. Yep. But yeah, so far, I'm really liking the way that Steel Army's playing. They're playing confident. They really have nothing to lose in this matchup, to be honest, Shorts. Like, no one expects them to win this game. And sometimes, like as a player, when you have like no pressure, like those are the best games, right? You have no pressure, you can kind of play free, and yeah, so far I think Steel Army's just kind of doing that.
Yeah, they're playing loose, and that's giving kind of Debit the ability to just go for whatever he wants to go for, and the skill. Oh, but Debit gets bumped out of net, and we have Black Army taking a relatively early lead with about 3 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah, I think Bear Blitz backflips there. Vexamed with a great bump on net, and then yeah, just a great finish by Isidore, I believe, with the name change there. But yeah, 1-0 to the LAFC guys. From their perspective, that's you know, you want to get that first goal after losing game 1. Try to wrestle back momentum in the series, and yeah, 1-0.
Continuing pressure here to start this second half of this game. We have Black Army kind of controlling the ball in the Steel Army end.
And chat, by the way, chat, if there's any, if we need to turn up any commentators or any of the in-game audio, let us know in chat. As we do see a shot from Martez go a little bit wide there. Bear Blitz has time here if he uses it, but Vex, great challenge, and he closes the space.
Black Army with a shot on net, and Martez takes the aerial from just inside midfield to a relatively open net. Maybe not the best clearance there from Debit. He hopes to get something more quality than that.
Yeah, Debit, not with his greatest touch, and yeah, bounces right out to Martez. Martez is there. He slots it home, and yeah, pretty comfortable. At least since you've joined Shorts, the in-game lobby for LAFC. As we see a double commit that turns into a pinch all the way down to the other side. So yeah, Steel Army's gonna be looking to recover from these first few minutes.
Oh, we have Debit with a solo play. That's exactly what Steel Army need to get back into this. Someone to just take over, and that's going to be Debit for them.
Debit rocking the gold OEMs with the just a nice little preset there for Debit to go along with his nice little flick. Great response. They needed that. Looked like kind of the game was kind of getting away from them, but it's a 1-goal game. It's anybody's game right now. And ooh, as we see a close attempt there for LAFC, but yeah, I'm really enjoying so far these two teams, really back and forth, and yeah, both teams are balling.
Yeah, really chaotic right now. Who do you think that favors more in play style, Steel Army or Black Army?
Honestly, Black Army, these guys in their games that they've won so far this season, they kind of thrive off of the chaos. As we see, what would have been a crazy pass to a teammate who was just floating and just kind of barely goes wide. That would have been a highlight play, but yeah, Black Army, I don't know, Shorts, when you guys played them last week, obviously you guys handed them their first loss of the season, but when they're really playing well, they're really playing pretty chaotic, and they really thrive in that, so we'll see how that caters to them this week.
Yeah, definitely. I think that one of the things that we utilize to beat them... Oh, we have a Rule 1 here, so we have a 2v2. It's going to be Debit, and who's that? Bear Blitz? Oh, but it was broken. Never mind.
Wait, who was in the Rule 1 there? It was Bear. Wait, who was in the man? If that was Vex.
It was Red 4 and.
Was it Vex in the Rule 1 there? I don't remember.
We'll have to check the VOD. See who broke it.
I might be lagging, folks. I do apologize. But yeah, if Vex is in the 1v1 there, Shorts, and he hops out of that's a strategic play, right? Your best player in a Rule 1. You don't like that as much as it goes against the spirit of the Rule 1, but I can understand that from like a competitive point of view.
Yeah, in that case, you have to hit Bear Blitz or Debit. They actually don't break it. You want somebody else from Black Army. They're going to want someone to go in and break up the Rule 1, so you kind of have that karma on your side, but also you're staying in the spirit of the game.
Absolutely, and we got 30 seconds left in this game. It's gonna have to come soon from Steel Army. Pause, and it's just, I don't know, it feels like they're just kind of locked in their own half.
Yeah, Black Army's kind of taking control here in the midfields, not letting Steel Army get some boost control, not letting them get the ball control. You see Vex challenging early, although a missed challenge could lead to something for Steel Army, but Martez there.
Yeah, Debit tried the individual play there, Shorts, just didn't really come off, and oh, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it. 3-1. Vex ending the game here in Game 2. A good bounce-back game for Black Army. But, yeah, I think this is kind of more of the Black Army that we've been accustomed to seeing this season. And, yeah, they're back even in the series.
Yeah, one thing I'm looking forward to is the second half of this game, as it was less chaotic, it was a little bit closer. Not a lot of goals being scored, and that gives Steel Army a chance in future games if they keep the pace up like that. So hoping we get some more games in this and don't end up with a 3-1 if Black Army does run away with it.
Absolutely. And as you guys can see on your post-game stats, what is that, 10 shots to 2? That's going to typically bode well for the team with 10 shots.
Yeah.
So I believe in game 1, Steel Army was leading in the shots department, but I think 1 or 2 if I remember correctly. And so yeah, if you have 10 shot shorts, you're going to win a lot of games when your opponents only have 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And not a lot of saves coming up from Black Army from those 2 shots because they just didn't have to. So Steel Army's really going to have to test that back line if they want to take any future games.
Yeah, and obviously this game is being played on West. You see the PA team playing from EU. It seems like with the very high pings, but as you know, as SGL players, we do realize that the servers, 1 week will favor you, 1 week they won't. Just kind of how the randomization works out for East, West Coast, and Central teams. But yeah, I'm really looking for. This is a very crucial game, Shorts. Whoever wins this game, I would probably bet my money on winning the series. So yeah, we'll see how game 3 goes.
Couldn't agree more. When you start off a series 1-1, that third game is always the biggest game to get momentum. And for Steel Army, it really has to be that controlled pressure where they have the boost, they have the control of the ball, and they can take advantage of the Black Army defense. But Black Army playing the chaotic really favors them.
And I will say we do have a substitution for Game 3, folks. We do have Eric coming in for Isidore. Let's see how this changes up their lineup. As a team who does change lineups, as we do see a shot here, this might be a goal. Man, Bear Blitz did really well to recover there. I'm going to be honest, Shorts. I didn't think he had it in him, but that was a tremendous recovery by Bear Blitz.
Yeah, great defensive play. That could be a recipe for them if they have Bear Blitz holding it down the back and they allow Red 4 and Debit to pressure the front.
Yeah, as we do see Debit here, shot on net, easy save for Martez, full boost, was anticipating that shot from Debit. Yeah, I was gonna say before I got caught up a little bit. Whenever you're switching players out, we do see another save from Bear Blitz. Whenever you're switching players out throughout a series, sometimes that can be like a really good thing for your team, and sometimes it can be really bad. You know, that cohesion, that kind of unknown factor from your previous lineups. So we'll see how that works out for Black Army, as I do think the net has been open for like 10 seconds, as we see Vexamed 1-0 Shorts, and where was all 3 members of Steel Army were the attacking third, and the net was just wide open.
Yeah, it looks like that might have been something that they were trying to change in their tactics after game 2, maybe to change up something, but does not work out for them there. Kickoff strategy does work out for them. They had a chance, but Marta is able to clear it out, take it into the Steel Army half, and they have a chance on net.
Ooh, and man, Vex did a pre-flip there, because I think he had 0 boost for that center ball, and that almost worked out really well for his team. And man, Martez, again, on the board, 2-0. Where is the defense? It's 150 here, and the net's relatively open. Red 4 low boost, can't get over, and it's 2-0 to Black Army.
Yeah, it seems like the rotations might be off for Steel Army right now. Maybe they were trying something different, and it's just really not clicking for them. They kind of have to get back to the way that they're used to playing. They want to have a chance in this game.
Yeah, double commit out of Black Army. Nothing doing, though, for Steel Army to capitalize on that. Vex picks up the full boost here. Bear Blitz, great save again. Bear Blitz had a couple good saves for his team. It could be 3-4. But yeah, if you're Steel Army here, it seems like they're getting caught out on rotations quite often. Bear Blitz with a chance, stopped by Eric.
As we're only approaching 2 minutes into this game, Steel Army have 6 saves. A lot of defending for them, and it's really not boding well for them. They need to get some control in the attacking half.
Yeah, and speaking of control of the attacking half, that should have been a chance there. There were some flailing defenders by the Black Army folks, and as we do see a backflip, unfortunately, out of Bear Blitz. Yeah, just need a little bit better offensive cohesion for Steel Army if they want to get back in the game.
A good win by Bear Blitz, but there it is. Black Army just keeping the ball in the offensive half.
Wait, this is
Demo
open.
in the back by Bear Blitz. Oh, and Debit just puts it wide on the breakaway, opened up by Bear Blitz demo.
Man, now Shorts with the new update on demos, it always feels like when you have an open net, that open net feels a lot smaller than before, just given your opponent can see where you're coming from, and it happened on that scenario there. But yeah, some good 50s out of Red 4 here. Let's see if Deba has a chance.
And they get it on net, but just not vital enough in the attacking third to be able to put it in the net. Although they're going to try and keep the pressure up here as Bear Blitz wins a 50 in the midfield.
Yeah, and so far, Shorts, offense has been a problem. Even in the game that they won, they only won 1-0. And so offense so far for Steel Army has been a massive issue. And yeah, in this game, they've been all over the defensive half. Another save coming out from Devitt. What is that, 7 or 8 now for Steel Army? So yeah, offense a big issue from the boys from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and you gotta look towards Devitt on that offensive half as Bear Blitz really holding down in the back. Red 4 is playing his kind of midfield role, and Devitt really needs to be all around the field more, I'd say. As he takes a shot on net and gets it in.
Wait,
there we go.
How is that in? It felt like Devitt completely fluffed this. We need to take a
Oh,
peek
the
here.
rule 1.
Oh, there's a rule 1. There's a rule 1. Okay, yeah.
Ooh, respectable.
I didn't see that initially, Shorts, on the screen. I just thought the guy was sitting on the corner boost doing like the thing where you tell your teammate, I'm waiting on the boost, you know, and I'm not getting off till it spawns. But it was a rule 1, and man, if you're Steel Army, you're gonna love that because goals were very hard to come by. As we see a tremendous save from Devitt, a flip reset from Vex, denying
great save.
Yeah, denying the clip there.
Yeah, Devitt really needs to take over that role that Vexamet is playing right now. He seems to be all over the field, taking shots, 50ing in the midfield. He's just everywhere for Black Army.
Indeed, and we do have a 1-goal game here, so Steel Army do have a chance here in Game 3, but really apart from that one Rule 1 Shorts, I don't really know what they've created so far in the game, and Black Army is still on the attack, 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and they're leaving it up to the man that they do not want to leave the ball to. Steel Army, that is, leaving Vexamet to take 50s and take control over the ball.
Oh, Red 4, fortunate that ball was not on net, because that was a whiff there out of him. Bear Blitz in the air here. Can he get it over Martez? He can't. That would have been danger for Black Army, but we've got 6 seconds left, Shorts. They need it now.
There's a chance here for Steel Army if they keep it up. They do not, and Black Army takes Game 3, 2-1. Close game, but really when you look at the stats, you kind of feel the game as you were watching, and it didn't feel as close as 2-1. But if Steel Army can keep it up and keep the games close, all it takes is that 1 or 2 extra bounces their way, and they could take another game. But the way that the games have been played out so far, it seems like Black Army are kind of in control here.
Yeah, it just seems like there's no cohesion in the offensive third. Steel Army is all over each other. There's no real cohesion to the play, and it's very obvious to all of us watching. And yeah, to your point, I think if Steel Army is going to win this series or get back in the series or win the next game, it's going to have to be one of those like Game 1s where they won 1-0 and it was a masterclass on defense. Because yeah, right now there's just no way I could see them winning any other game. Because if I remember correctly, the only goal they scored in this match was the Rule 1. They didn't score in the last game. I don't remember how they scored in Game 1, but it wasn't memorable, which means something bad must have happened. So
I think it was memorable. It was the Bear Blitz pass to the middle to Devitt.
Oh,
So
you're right.
He did have that one opportunity, but again, that's 3 whole games where they've only really had that one quality opportunity. Besides that, nothing really pops into mind as to even opportunities maybe that got saved by Black Army, but just nothing really comes to mind.
Yeah, very comfortable so far. We do see Isidore back in the lineup in replace of Eric. Here we go, Game 4, match point for Black Army. Steel Army has to win this game if they want to continue the series.
And it all starts here. Devitt taking control of the midfield, possibly getting a 50 to keep it into Black Army's end. Chases it down, has a chance on net. Oh, but a great save by Isidore.
Yeah, great individual play there by Devitt, beating 2 and then just unlucky on the shot and a great save out of Black Army, as we do see a whiff come out. But yeah, that was better offensive play than I think we've seen in the past 2 games combined. So it's a good sign for the PA boys.
Yeah, hopefully Devitt can keep that solo play up, but then he gets 50'd by Vexamet and it just goes right into the Steel Army net. Not a great start for them.
Yeah, not the best 50 from Devitt in Vexamet, just in the right place at the right time. And yeah, you're really not missing that, player of Vexamet's quality. You're just not really missing that shot, right? So good 50, good shot, 1-0 to Black Army, and you have to start to worry if you are Steel Army, given how hard offense has been for you in the series.
As we like to say, there is a lot of game left though, so Steel Army not ready to give up yet. 1-0, about 4 minutes left, and Bear Blitz gets a 50 in the Black Army half. Red 4 goes up for the second 50. Devitt's going to try to keep the pressure in, and he backflips. Oh no, Lewis, you hate to see that.
Yeah, what I do like to see is back passes, as we see there from Martez to Isidore. Big fan of passes, and those sorts of plays are awesome. Trust your teammates, guys. They can do lovely things. As we start to see some freestyle-ish plays, if Red 4 is quick enough here, they have an open net. Unfortunate on the touch, but Black Army's comfortable shorts. They're doing some freestyles, some pre-jumps. They're feeling pretty good so far.
Yeah, and the game is really just calling for it from them. They're being given the time to do these plays, and if they have that little bit of quality, they're gonna come off for them. And on the Steel Army side, the quality is just not coming off, even when they have the chance to get some passing plays in.
Yeah, you saw an attempted passing play there from Devitt to Bear Blitz. I would have liked to have seen a demo out of Bear Blitz for the open shot, but a great save out of Bear Blitz. Another shot comes in, a team bump. Devitt to no man's land, and that should be 2-0. It's not 2-0, those shorts. What happened? What just happened? They didn't score.
Yeah, it looks like Devitt accidentally falling down got a slight touch on the ball, and then Vexamed, in his calculations, just put it off to the side of the net with that touch from Devitt.
Well, if you're Steel Army, that is a massive break for you to keep you within 1 goal in what could have been a almost a game series clinching goal. Yeah, still basically half of the game remaining, and Steel Army is still within a chance.
And if you see plays like that, they're just kind of off, on different wavelengths. Steel Army is right now. You would expect to see Bear Blitz on a play like that go for the demo, but he's kind of just standing in no man's land thinking that maybe a pass is going to come to me, maybe the play is just going to develop into my area, but nothing really comes from it.
And this could be a goal. Good save by Isidore there. One thing that I'm really liking out of Black Army is you see they keep a guy really far back, and Steel Army just kind of dumps the ball to them, and so they're having a lot of easy clearances out of their defensive third. That might be one after the series I look back on and be like, hey, we just kind of played into their hands here. As you do see Bear Blitz with the center ball. But yeah, just kind of, if I was Steel Army, I'd like a little bit more ball retention, not just hitting it to them. And oh, that's got to be a goal. Surely Bear Blitz has to score that.
Yeah, the open net, Bear Blitz misses. And yeah, you're definitely right, Lewis. The control is just not there for Steel Army right now. And it's really playing into the hands of Black Army with that third player playing so far back.
Yeah, and if you are struggling for goals, that Bear Blitz chance about 30 seconds ago, it wasn't open net totally, but it was like an 80% open net. You really got to be hitting those if you're going to beat a team of Black Army's caliber and Devitt with a monster save on a whiff from Red 4. Things are starting to unravel here, it feels like, for Steel Army.
Yeah, they can get those saves, but they can't transition into offense right now, it seems. They still are absorbing pressure from Black Army with a chance on net, and Martis is going to put it away. Easy as that, with the ball floating in front of the net. And 2-0 for Black Army with only 50 seconds left is looking really good for them to close out this series.
Yeah, that's just about going to do it here, folks. It seems like Steel Army, they're going to need 2 goals, which is more goals than they've scored in the past 2 games. So, yeah, comfortable for Black Army. Oh, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that has to be the dagger.
I think that'll do it shorts. Isidore, 3-0. Black Army on their way to a 3-1 series win, bouncing back from a rather surprising defeat last week to the Rebellion. Yeah, it feels like the guys from LA are right back playing the way that we know that they can play.
Yeah, we have Vexamed going off of the wall high up, getting the flip reset, going for the musty flick. They're just playing around right now. Isidore going for the ceiling hit. Yeah, this is the quality that we're going to expect to see out of them for the rest of the season, though. You know, knowing that they can make plays like this is kind of scary to watch, honestly, as you see them at the top of the table.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, it feels like, as we do see Steel Army again on defense, can't even get out, down 3-0. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what the standings look like after this game. Shorts, because it really feels like there's 4 or 5 teams in SGL right now that can beat everyone else. And Vexamed, cherry on top, 4-0, and yeah, pretty convincing series from them. Even in the first game they lost, again, they only conceded 1 goal. And yeah, Black Army, very comfortable. Shorts. Yeah, what are your thoughts on what we just witnessed?
Yeah, comfortable win, exactly what we would expect. It seems like a lot of games this season, a lot of matches have been kind of going this way. The team that you expect to win just loses the first game, but then settles in and wins the next 3. Kind of just a common theme that we see, but Black Army really playing into that, keeping their status at the top of the league. I'm also interested to see how that's going to affect the leaderboard, specifically with how us as the Rebellion are going to fare with the points after this win for Black Army. Yeah, so I'm hoping we can go look into that and possibly have some interviews. Let's see.
Yeah, I do expect a person from at least one of the teams to join us for a post-game interview. But yeah, if we could go ahead whenever the graphic is ready and see if we can get a live updated table standings, that would be fantastic. But yeah, again, just to kind of reiterate what you said, Shorts, pretty expected result. Game 1 was kind of fluky, it feels like, given the rest of the series and how it went. But yeah, Vex back doing Vex things. The rest of his team looked really comfortable. I think Martez played really well. And even Eric on his substitute appearance also played well in place of Isidore. So yeah, I think Black Army doesn't really have a weak link. I think obviously Vex is probably just a step above in terms of mechanical skill and ability, but there's not really a weak link that kind of drags them down. Which yeah, for any team that wants to win SGL is a positive. So
Yeah, it gives you kind of a reminder of not currently, but an informed KC Cauldron, where you have a lot of parts, a lot of pieces to their team, but all those pieces are very quality and they hold together strong. And then, they're really clicking. Vexador is that one step above everybody else, like you said, but they are keeping a quality lineup across the board. And it looks like we are going to have a couple of interviews.
absolutely, Isidore is going to be joining us first from the winning Black Army team. If we can bring him in whenever you are ready, we will yeah, get the interviews underway. I literally can't drag him. He's like a little bit too far on my Discord. I don't know. Here, let's see if we can do this. There we go. Isidore, welcome, bro. Congrats, 3-1 win, bounce back win for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, how you feeling, bro? Bounce back win from last week.
So last week was a little off week. The boys know we can't be perfect every week, so we took that into consideration and we brought it back this week.
Well,
But,
badass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask something. Obviously, yeah, great win. Yo, speak to me a little bit about Vex, man. That kid's really good. He's been playing really good for you guys this season. Yeah, just like talk to me a little bit about how Vex is, playing on his team.
Yeah, having Vex in the team is like really cool because he's like the sharpest shooter in our team. So if he has the ball, we'll give him the time to score if he needs to. We'll kind of play around him if we need to, but he's a little younger than all of us, so he likes to get a little cocky and do too much things. But we still have that confidence in him when it comes to him having the ball. So I think it's really cool having him in the team. And then the more we play with him and we play around him, he gets better and better. We're just trying to get him better at the whole rotation and all that because he's so used to just having the ball on him every given time. But it's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely looks like he's a fun player to have on your team. It's great to be in the lobby watching him make those plays when he's on your team. Talk to me a little bit about game 1. You all lost 1-0, and that was really the only time that, through the rest of the series, you only gave up one other goal as a team. So talk to me about what the comeback was that turned it all around after losing game 1.
So game one was kind of weird for us, right? Because we were trying something new. We were actually trying a rotation called third. So we call who was going to be third all the time. So unfortunately, we were playing a lot slower and more defense than offense. So we weren't all attacking like we normally do. So it gave them more room to like kind of attack on us when multiple like we were all calling out third like a couple times and it was messing us up. So we were playing kind of different. And then when second and third game came and fourth game came, I told him, you know what, we'll just play it back to how we would normally play, and then we'll try working on the whole third play after this tournament. So first game was a little off for us because we were trying something new.
Yeah, even in a game where y'all were trying something, I mean, you only lost 1-0. I think they only scored 2 goals in 4 games. Is that correct? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how you change something up, you realize it's not working, and then you just go back to what you know works. So, what is there any thing in particular that you changed? Or you just like y'all just went back to what y'all normally do? You just didn't really like focus on like a certain strategy for games 2 through 4.
Yeah, we honestly didn't. After the first game, we knew what was our problem. The whole rotating, like we were a lot of us were. There's 2 of us more back. And normally in our gameplay, there's 1 back, 2 up. Since we're all sharpshooters, that was the only thing we changed. The next games, honestly, they were just kind of free. I'm not gonna lie. It was just like a whole normal game to us.
Yeah, and it really looked like you all were comfortable in those, especially games 2 and 3, or actually 3 and 4 rather, the games that you won 2 and 3. Talk to me a little bit about, did you just feel so comfortable that you all were kind of going for some freestyle plays, some crazy aerial passing plays in games 3 and 4, or is that something that just came naturally, or you talked about kind of letting loose there?
Yeah. So game 1, obviously we lost, because of that whole thing we were trying out. Game 2 is when we actually saw how they played. So game 3 and 4 were a little easier. We just kind of read what they were doing already. So we got a little too comfortable with ourselves,
Well, badass, man. Yeah, y'all play great. Again, good bounce back performance from you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the floor, man, for anybody who's watching. Yeah, the floor is yours, bro.
I just want to thank my team for getting on. Some of us do get on all night, and we like to practice or we like to play and get better. Little by little, show more. I actually recently changed my bindings like 3 weeks ago, so I'm still not too comfortable with my gameplay. But as soon as I get comfortable with that, you guys are gonna see a better me pretty soon. I promise you guys.
Yo, can you leak
Like,
the
and
bind?
I can't
Can you
wait.
can you leak the bindings or what's going on?
Okay, yeah. So my binds, right? Okay, so I used to do free air roll my whole life. I played Rocket League for like what 8-9 years, and I did free air roll my whole life. So it was only square free air roll. I
Uh-huh.
barely changed boost, and I used to boost with circle. I barely changed boost to R1, my left air roll to L1, and then my right air roll to circle. So I'm getting a little more comfortable on that. But
Damn.
that's
Nice.
the link right there. That's the link. I heard a lot of people play like that already, but I'm an old head when it comes to Rocket League, so it's gonna take me a while to get used to it. But I think I'll get there.
Well, badass, man. Again, great series. Congratulations on the win, and yeah, man, we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, good luck.
GG supporters gaming league. You guys all have a good day. Have a good Sunday.
All right, peace. Huh. Alrighty. Well, that was Isidore from Black Army, and we should be getting debit soon from Steel Army. I assume he will be dragged in momentarily, or he can just join this chat as he is an admin. He can do that right now.
Nudge, nudge.
Nudge, yeah, nudge, nudge. Get in the chat, please. I actually don't know like how to drag somebody from in a Discord when it's so far down. I actually don't know how to physically do that.
I could if I could see where Devitt was hiding, but and here he is.
And here he is indeed. Devitt, welcome. Obviously not the result you guys were looking for. Yeah, man, just talk to me. What happened?
I mean, honestly, out of the last West series series that we had to play, knowing the quality that Black Army had, honestly, it can be pretty intimidating at times. But honestly, even just to take the grimy point out of it, kind of at least some solace to go with it at the end. Some stuff we can be proud about. Some stuff I definitely have thoughts on myself to sort of like, just work on, improve. But honestly, I think we play a lot better compared to other weeks that we've shown on stream before. So I'm still pretty happy overall.
Is there? I think obviously you won game 1. After that, I think you guys only scored 1 goal in the last 3 games. What kind of happened there? Was it just kind of Black Army just stepped up, or y'all just weren't like executing in the offensive half the way that like you guys would want, or a little bit of both? I don't know.
I think part execution, because a lot in like the first 3 games, they were giving a ton of space in the middle of the field to work with. So that gave us a lot to sort of work with offensively. And that's what ended up getting us that first and only goal in game 1. And I think we had a lot to sort of like prove within those games 2 and 3. But I think at the end of the day, it was a little bit of part of us not executing on our chances. We didn't get to the physical game as best as we wanted to. I know Bear Blitz did a lot, but I didn't get a ton. Red 4 didn't get a ton out there either. So I think Matt said it before, like rotations were kind of solid from us. We just didn't get like that little bit extra to help us free the net a bit more.
Well, cool. Yeah, I don't. It feels like when you play Black Army, like it felt like in game 1, like Isidore said, they were kind of trying some new. I don't know if you heard his interview, but they were trying a new rotation style. And they kind of just switched that for games 2 and beyond. So, yeah, it kind of just felt like watching like in game 1, there's like a lot more space for you guys in the offensive half, which I think led to the goal that you guys did score. So, but yeah, like you said, Black Army is one of the best teams in the league. You're playing on not the home server as well, so to get a game is like pretty solid. And obviously in SGL, for those watching and for those who play, we know that every game 1 is 1 point, and you never know, like 1 game win here or there in a lost series could mean like playoffs or not. So
exactly. How do you think LV got so high up in the standings so far? They got the gritty points early on. That was huge for them. So any chance you can take out of these series, we'll definitely take that. No 3-0s. We don't want to get 3-0'd out here.
George, is there anything you wanna ask Devitt?
No, I think I covered it all. I was really just curious on what kinds of things you talked about in between games that you could have changed, that you were trying to execute, that you thought could have helped you better in games, 3, 4, and 5, or 2, 3, and 4 against Black Army.
I think honestly, a lot of the stuff that we were executing on, we weren't too critical of the play in between. I think it was more just like, got to get to this. There's small mistakes that can mean, the world of difference. Can mean a difference between empty net being in front of goal, free ball open, an opportunity where you're just like, yeah, I just need to go at this angle, and all of a sudden you get a goal in the back of their net instead. I think for the most part, it's just like those small executions at the end of the day. In that game 1, I know at least I heard back on the interview, as Louisa mentioned, that they were trying something out. Yeah, that definitely sort of felt like it. They felt way more locked in. Vex felt way more comfortable to move about the pitch in those later games. So that's definitely what freed them up a bit. But sometimes you can try some stuff out, end up working in your favor. I think after that game 1, and even after that game 2, we were just sort of looking at the scoreline, seeing what we were doing well. And honestly, we weren't too critical. I think we were just sort of like, just gotta lock in for the most part. Hit every ball we possibly can. I'm gonna say it for the 5th time. Just keep doing the small things right.
Right, yeah, a little bit more quality is going to go a long way in these games. And thank you, Devitt, for joining us for this interview. The floor is yours to close it out however you'd like.
Thank you all for coming into this impromptu SGL stream, sort of out of the blue. Thank you, Maz, for hosting, streaming. Thank you, Luis and Shorts, for commentating on short notice and joining the booth. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, good luck the rest of the season. Have a great night.
All right, thank you.
All right, and that was Devitt from Steel Army joining us for the interview. And next we are going to go on to the league standings following this match result. Let's see what we got cooking up in SGL.
Oh, and as you see here, massive result for Black Army. They move themselves back up into the 2nd spot. Shorts, just 1 point off of the locals. And you see their shorts. That's kind of what I was talking at the end of Game 4. There's like 5 teams there on 1 loss. It really feels like there's a really healthy portion of the league that are like real contenders this this season. So yeah, what kind of sticks out to you following this result, or just in general of what we're seeing so far in the league standings?
Yeah, you do see some teams kind of breaking off a little bit. I mean, the locals and Black Army not dropping a lot of games in their matches, which is, we kind of alluded to some of the interviews, and Devitt mentioned it. Getting games in those losses is really important, and being one of those teams at the top, when 2 teams in the top 5 or 6 are facing each other, getting those 3-1s or clean sweeps are going to be really important. Is what's really going to set people apart, and getting that win percentage up, and that's what's keeping the locals up in first right now. And you'll see going down the table, the percentages get lower and lower, but you'll see the teams that haven't played as many matches will jump up a lot if they keep their games won percentages up high as the bye weeks come in. Specifically looking at Emerald City RC, only playing 4 matches so far compared to the locals and Black Army, who each have 6. And all 3 teams only having 1 loss, so you could see realistically a flop, a complete flip in the standings if results go the right way.
Yeah, I guess just one thing I'll point out: the 3rd and 4th place teams in El Matador and the Rebellion are, I believe, gave the locals and Black Armies respectively their only losses. I believe EM beat the locals, which they came in undefeated last week, and the Rebellion came in and beat Black Army last week to hand them their first loss. So there's like a lot of like these teams at the top here. It really feels like the fight for these top spots ahead of playoffs are going to be really, really fun. And then yeah, it's going to be about having as clean of sweeps as you can against the bottom half of the teams. That way, that game's won percentage at the end of the day, if we do see some like similar records and or equal records, it's going to really play a big factor. So yeah, every game matters, man. Every game matters before playoffs. And yeah, again, I'm really looking forward to seeing how things kind of go up on from here as we go into the second half of our season. And yeah, I guess we can go ahead and move on over to the fixtures of what is now almost the end of week 6. And yeah, we take a look at the fixtures. The before mentioned El Matador beating the locals. They had been undefeated going into this week. We saw your Rebellion shorts beat a pretty feisty Timbers Army team. And then yeah, EC Blue, big win for them, bottom of the table. And then yeah, the Black Army game we just witnessed. Yeah, any of these fixture shorts you want to talk about that kind of are interest you, or?
Yeah, kind of a general theme that I want to point out that I alluded to before. I didn't realize how evident it was. I don't know about the El Matador locals game, but I can tell for sure in the other 3 games that were played, the team that lost the match won game 1. In my match against Timbers Army, Rebellion Timbers Army, we lost game 1, came back and swept the rest of the series 3-1. Today we just saw Steel Army win game 1 and then go on to lose the next 3. And I do recall watching the EC Blue and EC Defiance game. Defiance took game 1, and if I recall, relatively convincingly, but then games 2, 3, 4, EC Blue turned it around and came back and won 3-1. So a really interesting theme to see there.
Yeah, in the EM series, El Matador did lose game 3, and then they ended up winning in game 4. But yeah, it seems like one of the things that we're seeing this season too, in general, is we're not seeing as many sweeps as I think we've seen in previous SGL seasons. I mean, I've been around for a long time. There have been seasons where it just feels like, unless it's the top 2 or 3 teams playing each other, like there's just like sweeps galore. So again, it just kind of speaks to the parity of SGL this season, which makes every game fun to watch, every game fun to play in. And again, like we said, these 1 games, these 3-1 series, if you are the loser, that 1 point is going to go a long way. So we are still waiting for Los Verdes and ECRC to play tonight. We will have a result for you either way, if they play or if they don't play tonight. So that'll wrap up week 6. Maz, I don't know if you do actually have week 7's fixtures. I don't know if you do have that graphic. If you don't, that's totally fine. as I am springing this on you, because I don't think we're gonna have or we might have a stream for that ECRC game if it does get played. All right, so yeah, it sounds good. No worries then. But all right, anything else, Schwartz? That we
No. I am good with SGL Week 6. Can't wait to see what the Emerald City RC Los Verdes game brings up, because, as Devin mentioned before, Los Verdes is one to get those scrappy points even against opponents that they lose the match to. So that's boding really well for them to get that 5-6 spot into the playoffs.
I will say one last thing before we do wrap up. Looking ahead to Week 7, there are going to be a lot of fixtures between teams that are like I don't think we have a fixture next week between any of those teams that are at the top of the table playing each other. So that's going to be a very important week for the rest of the pack to try to see if they can pull an upset against what would be a higher rated team. And then just one last thing as well, you did see in the standings, and I failed to mention this, the defending champions are out of a playoff spot at the moment at 2-3, KC, and it just kind of speaks again, if you have the defending champions not in a playoff spot, oh yeah, thank you for bringing it up, Maz. I mean, look where the KC Calder are at, man. They dominated last season. Like, it wasn't really that close, and they were there with ECRC all last season. And just, I mean, look where they're at now. It just speaks to how crazy this league is so far this season. So yeah, again, thank you guys for coming out. Again, last minute stream. Really appreciate y'all coming out. Everybody in chat, Maz, Nisha, I appreciate you coming out. Vex as well. Obviously, Shorts is in here with me. Shorts, really appreciate you coming out as well. Last second commentary, and
Of course.
yeah, guys, we will see you. If we do have a Los Verdes ECRC stream tonight, I do believe, or a game rather, I do believe we'll have a stream. I could be wrong, but just keep an eye out on that just in case. If not, check the Discord. We will have a posted result for that by the end of the night. And yeah, we'll see you guys for all of Week 7 action in SGL next week.
Turn
Take
on
care,
those
guys.
Twitch notifications. Good night.